in on Peyton Manning, back in the game on Sunday Night Football against the Steelers, who were without Ryan Clark because of that blood disorder up in thin air, not playing. So here comes Peyton, first time in 610 days playing a meaningful game, looking and getting dropped by Jason Worlds, who is James Harrison's replacement. Remember, he was inactive as well, banged up.
Started slow a little bit, man. I was timid for Peyton, but it got on track.
Okay, so you want some speed? You want us to hurry up? How about the legs of Peyton Manning?
Oh, man. This
Run, Peyton,
run. Got it.
7 yards, let's move the chain. 6 plays later.
Plays like they hit me on my neck.
Sean Moreno blew out his ACL last year. Good to see him back and bouncing it into the end zone.
I'm happy for that guy because he was doing a doghouse up in Denver.
Broncos up 7-3 at that point. Next Pittsburgh drive, Ben Roethlisberger. Dion, he does as good a job as anybody keeping plays alive.
Has an innate ability not to throw the ball on time.
Why they call him Big Ben if he can't throw the ball on time?
But that's his gift. His scrambling ability. These guys know how to uncover.
He can't throw the ball on time.
27 yards there to Antonio Brown, and then another 17 to Emmanuel Sanders, keeping the play alive.
Can't cover that.
So you've got Brown, you got Wallace, you got Sanders. Where's the big tight end playmaker?
Right here, the big man, you know he'll find his big man. His big man been in the league so long doing what he does, ain't he? He moves kind of slow, but he can fool you.
What's kind of slow?
Slow.
All right, third quarter, Broncos down 6. Pretty basic play to Demaryius Thomas. Yeah. What is going on here?
That's a horrible angle by Troy Polamalu. Horrible angle.
No, they caught Dick LeBeau slipping. That's what they did. You can't run the same blitz against Peyton Manning twice. Think you're going to get it? Well, 3 times. They ran it 3 times, got him twice. Third time, Peyton say, I got something for you.
71 yards for the score. It's not exactly the same play, but the same result against the same team. Last season in the playoffs, first play of overtime, Thomas running away. Get off of me!
That's a number right there. Big fella taking it to the
And remember the celebration by the quarterback, Tim Tebow. How did it...
Wrong.
All right. Not quite as graceful, but...
He was saying, I told you this arm is okay. That's why he was swinging on.
Now Roethlisberger. Emmanuel Sanders gets lit up.
That shouldn't have been a flag. The defender was trying to protect himself.
You know, we talked about that in the meeting with the officials. There's just no strike zone. There's no strike zone for the defender to hit the
Sanders got to come up with that play. He made a beautiful pass.
Well, here's a beautiful one. 3rd and 18, Miller.
He can play.
He had 4 catches for 50 yards and that touch, as we showed you earlier. Fourth quarter. Same possession. We've now changed ends. And Roethlisberger to Wallace.
But this is what makes these guys so difficult. This guy will burn you deep because he has the speed, but he has the heart to take that slant and catch it and make a touchdown.
Well, pay the man then.
Steelers up 19-14. Peyton got much better when they went to that hurry-up offense. Moving the chains there to Matthew Willis for 14 yards
off the receiver.
And now looking for Eric Decker.
Love it right here, man. Love Eric Decker, man. Hard work. You got to watch this. Bam! Trying to get in.
He did not.
Hit the ground.
Mike Tomlin challenged the play. Ruling on the field was upheld. Next play, though, 1st and goal. Manning, reliable, big.
Nice audible. They call that a rub route. You know that's like a pick, Marshall.
I don't know. Like a pick is a pick? It
was a pick.
Rub.
You know, you offensive guys don't call it a pick, but it was a pick.
You played offense, too.
Yeah,
21.
They got the 2-point conversion as well, so they're up 3. And then Roethlisberger, buying time, almost picked by Tracy Porter.
Who played great today.
Porter's always on.
Big Ben missed this.
The key is who you miss, Mike Wallace.
You got a wheel route right here.
And there's a reason why he missed it. Look at the pressure being applied to him by the front.
As Warren Sapp always says, back end, front end works together. The front end took care of that.
All right, so now Denver trying to move the chains under 7.5 to go. Sean Moreno does that.
Well, you better put that shoe on his
Put that shoe back on. You might not get back. You're not getting back in.
3 plays later, Manning, Jacob Tannen.
He put some duct tape on that.
Another 18 yards on that one.
That was a wonderful throw. Now that was so old Peyton Manning right there. That was a nice drop.
All these plays are checked off at the line.
Right. Now on 3rd and 7, looking for Decker.
Decker, no. Fight for the ball, Decker. Make him pull that hanky out of his pocket.
He did on Keenan Lewis.
Some of these officials, you have to go pull it out of his pocket for him.
Yeah, James Harrison wishing he was in there. He wasn't.
James Harrison always looked mean.
Even without pads and a helmet, looking for Decker, and no. So they had to settle for a Matt Prater field goal to go up 6. Well, Ryan Clark missed in that secondary in this game. All he could do was watch. The team still had a shot. Own 39 now, 2nd and 10. Ben looking, finding Tracy Porter.
Why?
Tracy Porter. This is the same man who ended it with Peyton Manning as a Saint in the Super Bowl. Now he's helping Peyton Manning. Look at this. Latch on. I talked to him this week, and we talked about this very same thing. Lock on to your receiver when Big Ben scrambles.
How about the Jets and Steelers?
How about him?
A lot of cash on the sidelines. Troy Polamalu out with a strained calf. Darrelle Revis, of course, didn't make the trip because of the concussion. No James Harrison. Mark Sanchez, they put up 48 against the Bills last week. And, oh, no, Jeremy Curley, 45-yard gain down to the Steeler 21.
You had a couple of receivers now, Curley and Stephen Hill, and all of a sudden you're a little potent on offense.
How about the former Steelers Super Bowl MVP?
Yeah,
great route.
he's the veteran of that group.
He runs great routes.
90-yard drive at 7-3. Jets, second quarter, Big Ben trying to make something happen. They didn't do a whole lot out in Denver last week. Looking for Emmanuel Sanders. They got a lot of weapons, don't they?
First of all, if you have my last name, you got to have game. Let's get that straight.
He's contemplating changing his number to 21.
Any relation?
Something like that.
4 plays later, there's Heath Miller.
Yeah, past 65, U-corner, fullback flat, easy touchdown.
I love it when you talk football like that.
Steelers up 3 at the break. Third quarter, Roethlisberger looking for Mr. Holdout Mike Wallace, who's back.
Look at that. Look at the
Shoot it up
scrambling
there.
ability, buying himself more time. The receiver stays alive. They stay active. This was a great play. Got both feet in as well. Camardi's begging. No.
Great concentration on the catch.
Look at that.
Both feet in. This is exceptional.
Remember,
Pay a man.
all scores are reviewed, so we're checking it anyway. Great job there. It's 20-10.
Debo. Whoa.
Here he goes.
Debo. Whoa.
And the Jets cheerleaders on the sideline, they love it, don't they?
He's a team guy. He's a team guy.
That's his only carry of the day, though.
However, the Jets would have to punt. Fourth quarter, Steelers still moving it. Roethlisberger to Antonio Brown.
That was a great play.
Takes a hit by LaRon Landry.
Nice hit, very legal.
That's
It's a
a man.
shoulder pad to the chest.
He's a small man in stature. But
3
he's a
plays
man
later,
making
it's
plays.
Roethlisberger again to Heath Miller. Great adjustment by the tight end.
Yeah, I love watching these back shoulder throws. Everybody can do it now, receivers and tight ends.
And now Isaac Redmond. Got to have a good backup running back out there. Don't you keep churning and spinning and get in there.
That's Pittsburgh Steelers football. Second effort. Let's bang it. We're not going to pass it down. Let's just go in there and bang it.
Might be the Steelers. This was a pretty good one out in Oakland. Carson Palmer trying to get their first win of the year. Down 7-zip. Darren McFadden.
It's a good way to do it. This is one of the most explosive backs in the game,
He
Coach.
is. He can scoot. Now, if he stays healthy, he'll be the key to the Raiders' success this year.
64-yard scamper there. We're tied at 7. Third quarter, Pittsburgh up by 3. Ben Roethlisberger looking for Mike Wallace. Keeping the play alive.
Nice.
Something Big Ben does so well.
He extends the play, and the defender pulls up, fell down, got hurt, and the receiver, Mike Wallace, is wide open in the back of the end zone.
Fourth quarter, Raiders still down 10. First down on the Steelers 16. Palmer looking for Darius Hayward-Bay, and this got a little scary.
Oh, jeez.
Hit by 2 Steeler defenders. He was knocked unconscious. Medical personnel rushed onto the field. He was carted off. He was seen giving a thumbs up.
Praying for you, man.
As he did leave, we will have
There you
an
go.
update for you on NFL Game Day Final. 4 plays later, 2nd and goal. Palmer to Denarius Moore. 6 yards. He just gets in there.
Play down by 10. Carson Palmer keeps fighting to keep the play alive. Well done.
Janikowski, 32-yard field goal would tie it at 31. And then the Raiders, with 30 ticks left, it's Derek Hagan for 17 yards.
Shallow cross.
Janikowski for the win.
Where's he from?
Florida State. We're back, baby.
Dennis Allen, congratulations. First win as a head coach. Many happy returns for Pittsburgh. You had James Harrison back from that bum knee. Troy Polamalu back with that sore calf. Rashard Mendenhall, torn ACL, is all good to go. And remember this from Michael Vick last week?
You know, the thing I know how to do is protect the football when I need to. And, you know, just don't throw it around guys who are covered up.
Okay, so he's confident.
He didn't really mean that.
No, not in the red zone especially. Hit by Ryan Clark. Larry Foote recovers, and Marty Gilliard, his teammate, saying, So about that whole turnover thing you were talking about?
He was just playing.
Vic's 10th turnover this season. Are you kidding me?
I'm telling you, he was just playing. See what he had meant. Now.
Larry Foote recovers this one again, but it's not Foote, but rather the calf of Polamalu that has us talking. Done for the day, re-aggravated the injury. Well, you got to wonder. He's just going to be the same guy ever again. Vic with his 5th lost fumble. That's the most in the NFL this year. Still scoreless in the second. Big Ben. Little flare out to Rashard Mendenhall. Good to see him back after he tore his ACL in the last regular season game. This is actually a lateral. Marshall, he's a difference maker.
He is. I'm impressed by all 3 of these backs that tore their ACLs and now they're back. Listen, that used to be a tough injury. They balling, man.
That's a rushing TD, 14 carries for 81 yards. Then Roethlisberger to Antonio Brown for 18 yards. But look at what happens. Kirk Coleman not only brings him down, but
throws his shoes.
Gets rid of the cleat.
Well, that's the way to stop him. That's the way to stop him.
I said a size 12, not a 10.5.
Arguably, this is one of the best receiving corps in the game.
Steelers field goal made it 10-zip at the break. Third quarter, Vic. He's fumbled 8 times this year, guys. I mean,
what had happened? So
when he can take out the ball when he needs to, though.
3 plays later, Vic. Give it to LaShawn McCoy. He'll hang on to it.
Hey, Shady.
They'll call him cut on a dime 25 for nothing.
Now watch how he do that.
80 total yards on that.
That's a bad
Fourth
play
quarter,
right
Eagles down 6. What in the name of Barry Switzer is Andy Reid doing? Going for it on 4th and 1.
Along with Barry Switzer, that's my man.
I got it, but there's 13 minutes to go, and he's out of 30.
And what?
He barely got there. LaShawn McCoy.
But listen, that's a tough yard to get when you're a guy that's used to running in open space.
So why don't we try it again?
And he got it.
Okay. All right.
Stang is bigger than Barry Switzer.
I'm with you now.
It's my fishing buddy, too, by the way.
So, 3rd and goal. Michael Vick, say what you want about the first few weeks. He has led some game-winning drives. This touchdown pass to Brent Selleck. PAT's good. Eagles with a 1-point lead. But, you have left too much time for Big Ben. That takes us to our drive of the day presented by Mercedes-Benz. Took over with 5 and change to go. Roethlisberger. Of course, sidestepping somebody and then hitting Antonio Brown for 20.
Well, you have small guys that can work the middle like Brown and Cruz. Unbelievable, man.
He said he was going after Borkin, too. He's a snicker.
And then a little flare out to Mendenhall for
great
15.
Play. Good blocking, big fella. Lay heavy. You don't have to lay long.
I like the way that ball was.
Michael Vick, just a spectator, just wondering, am I going to have one more chance maybe to put it on the ground? We'll see.
You need to stop.
3 plays later with 2 minutes to go, Roethlisberger. Emmanuel Sanders, we're moving the chains.
They do have a great group of receivers over there.
That sets up a shot at a game-winning field goal. Sean squeeze him. He wants a shot. Big Ben is like, can we have Monday and Tuesday off, Coach, if he makes it?
Right down the
good.
They do it right at Pittsburgh.
27th game-winning drive of Roethlisberger's career. Celebrate.
Here is how it all went down here at LP Field tonight in Tennessee. Ben Roethlisberger, 287 yards shy of Terry Bradshaw's all-time passing mark for the Pittsburgh Steelers. No Polamalu, no Woodley. Early on in this game, down 3-0. Roethlisberger to Mike, going deep down the side. Marquise Pouncey is hurt on the play. Pro Bowl center, banged up again. It's not like we haven't seen this movie before, Steve.
Yeah, and the left tackle and the center are the most important linemen, and all of a sudden you got your great young center out of the game, and they have to make adjustments with Doug Legursky.
He would not return as his own one of his fellow linemen rolled up on him. Later on in the drive, Isaac Redman in this game. He was one of the more effective receivers on the night. Marshall would not go down.
Yeah, he had a good game, Rich. They did a great job of using him, not just in the run game, but in the passing game as well.
33 yards for number 33. Set up a Sean Schmeisham field goal. It's 3-3. Next Steelers possession brought to you by the number 3. Here's 6 from 17. What a pitch and catch, Kurt Warner.
Well, you know, something they've been missing the first 4 games of the season was that big play. Able to get it back with Mike Wallace, getting into a little bit of a rhythm there.
82 yards. Mike Tomlin all fired up as the Steelers take a 10-3 lead. It's 10-6 as Mike Munchak watching the special teams make a big play right up the middle. Tim Shaw blocks it. Jason McCourty recovers it for the Titans at the 1. Jamie Harper would take it in from there. as the Titans get their first rushing touchdown of the season. They're up 13-10 in this game. Second quarter now. 4 Steeler possessions later. That's your score, 13-10. Roethlisberger, end of the half. 96 ticks left. Jason McCourty with a big pick.
This was a terrible throw. Ben should have just thrown this ball away there in field goal range. They could have cashed in right before the half.
Titans trying to cash in points before the half, trying to turn that turnover into points. Nice flip play. Matthew Hasselbeck to Chris Johnson taking it 22 yards. Take another look as we see Cortez Allen having a hold of Hasselbeck, but that led to a Rob Barones 47-yard field goal to give the Titans a 6-point lead at halftime. Third quarter, we go. Marcus Gilbert, the tackle of the Steelers, out with an injury. They're dropping like flies up front for Pittsburgh. It's 16-13, 3.5 to go in the third quarter. Heath Miller over the middle. That put Big Ben past Terry Bradshaw atop the all-time passing list.
It's about time that we start mentioning him amongst the elite.
Isaac Redmond's now out. Rashard Mendenhall was out. So Baron Batch, everybody. Welcome to football in the National Football League. Young man takes it in from 1 yard out to put the Steelers up 20-16. 10 minutes to go. How would Matthew answer? Looking for Kendall Wright. Oh, it's picked off by Lawrence Timmons.
This is the point of the game where we thought that the Steelers were starting to gain their momentum. They scored a touchdown. They got the interception. But no, the defense right here really holds on.
That's 3rd and 8. Roethlisberger, who's been money on the money down all season long, misses Emmanuel Sanders there, so they have to settle for a Sean Schweischem field goal to make it a 1-touchdown lead. 7.5 to go. Hasselbeck, look out. Keenan Lewis had it in his hands, Brian.
That's why he plays defense.
This is the difference between good and great teams as well.
4 plays later, Hasselbeck with the second chance makes the most of it. Kendall right over the middle. 35 yards down to the 15. 3 plays later. 3rd and 10 from that 15. Hasselbeck looking for Damian Williams. Incomplete, but there's a flag on the play. Ike Taylor called for holding.
Ike Taylor called at least 3 times on the night for pass interference, holding, disrupting the receiver, everything.
2 plays later, Kenny Britt can't squeeze it. Incomplete. Second touchdown. The Titans had dropped on the night right there, but the next play, Hasselbeck back to Kenny Britt.
They want to try it again.
Bobble and catch. Touchdown. We have a tie football game with 4:19 to go.
Ike Taylor has to make this play, guys. This is one-on-one, man-to-man, make to play.
This is Big Ben time, as some people on the set know firsthand. Sorry.
No, very, very well.
Roethlisberger to Emmanuel Sanders, no relation. First
Great
down.
route. Great pitch and catch.
Hoping to get Sean Schweischem's one swing of the leg to win this game. 3 plays later, 3rd and 5 from their own 47. Roethlisberger with a free play. Runs it for a first down and more, down to the Tennessee 39.
This is what we see time and time again. Ben making plays with his legs and out of the pocket.
63 ticks to go, 3rd and 7. Roethlisberger buying time out of the pocket. Dipsy-do over the middle lane, incomplete. So they have to settle for the field goal chance from Sean Schweischem. 54 yards away. His name is Sean Schweischem. I'll say it again. Sean Schweischem swings a strike. It's up. It is short. Just short. Schweischem short. Schweischem is short. 48 seconds to go. As you see, the 54-yarder was good from 53.
Don't touch it.
Hasselbeck has new life. Mike Munchak puts his veteran quarterback out there midfield, 3rd and 5. Over the middle to Jared Cook and more.
And an interesting call on this one to bring the blitz and have James Harrison covering the tight end in a critical situation like that.
So now could Rob Barones come on and win it? 4 seconds to go. It's from 40 yards out.
How do I know that song?
26-23. The Tennessee Titans shocked the Pittsburgh Steelers in an exhilarating, tight contest to kick off week number 6. Big Ben threw for 363, but Matt Hasselbeck is the one who comes out with the win.
Sunday night game starting off with Ben Roethlisberger all pumped up, little headbutts firing up the guys. Steelers Bengals, Mike Wallace on 3rd down from the Bengals 24. The pass is dropped.
Man, Mike Wallace had just a few drops today. Maybe I shouldn't say just a few drops. He had a few drops.
Steelers settle for a field goal on the opening drive, lead 3-0. Trailing 7-3 now in the second. Steelers.
He wasn't the only one.
Antonio Brown. Baron Batch, wide open, rather. Yeah, and drops it.
That was a great pass by Antonio, by the way.
1st and 10 for the Bengals to from the Bengals 21, Roethlisberger to Heath Miller, intercepted by Chris Crocker.
Good catch by Crocker.
Next Steelers drive, Roethlisberger to pass. He's sacked by Devin Still, and Robert gathers and fumbles, recovered by Wallace. Steelers at the 8-yard line.
They don't have the defense to overcome these type of mistakes anymore. Ben has to take care of the football.
Well, the same thing that makes him great also hurts him.
Andy Dalton there between Ike Taylor and Ryan Clark to A.J. Green for the 8-yard touchdown, puts the Bengals up 14-3.
But that's the only pass Andy Dalton and A.J. Green hooked up all day on.
All right, so next Steelers drive, 3rd and 5 from the Bengals 29. Roethlisberger deep. And he drops it.
Was deflected. Look at it. See it was deflected. Did you see the
Where did it hit him, though?
Leon Hall did get his hands up at the last minute to deflect that, in all fairness. Ensuing Bengals drive, Andy Dalton.
That was a great play.
Yeah, it hit him in the chest, too.
It was a deflection when he hit it, yep.
That's a lineman, man.
Lamar Woodley coming up with the interception. Steelers take over on the Bengals, 29.
Off the helmet.
5 plays later for the Steelers, 1st and goal from the 9. Roethlisberger, a rocket up the middle to Heath Miller for the 9-yard touchdown, makes it 14-12. Ben went for the 2-point conversion, ties the game at 14 in the 3rd quarter. Tied game at 17. Roethlisberger throws to Emmanuel Sanders, who does the rest. 31-yard gain to the Bengals, 14. Roethlisberger finishes 27-37 for 278 yards and a touchdown.
That was another occasion with Big Ben. Yeah, he a cousin. We're getting held on to the ball and made it successful. He does look alike.
4th quarter, 2nd and 7. Chris Rainey runs up the middle for the 11-yard touchdown, puts the Steelers up 24-17 for the win. Washington at Pittsburgh. Robert Griffin III looking to bounce back after a tough loss against the Giants. Ben Roethlisberger and the Bumblebees, 13-1 at home against the NFC in the 1st quarter. Leonard Hope in the end zone. Steelers 7-0.
Mike played in that movie.
2 Redskins possessions later.
Okay.
RG3 to Leonard Hankerson.
Come back to the other. My bad, man. I didn't mean to hit you in the hand.
Yeah, I let it from the U right there. Doesn't usually drop those.
2nd quarter now. Redskins still driving. Going for it on 4th and goal at the Steelers 2. Robert Griffin III finds Santana Moss for the 2-yard touchdown.
And it shows great confidence in a coach to a rookie quarterback on 4th down.
3rd and goal for the Steelers now.
Go, Ben. Go, Ben. Keep it alive. Back of the end zone.
Heath Miller.
He does that every week.
Every week.
Steelers lead 17-6.
I like those uniforms.
I can't stand them.
Oh, you don't, Tom.
Next Redskins possession. A little trickery.
Uh-oh, don't throw it.
Joshua Morgan launches it to RG3.
Pow! Oh, my goodness.
He learned how to push off.
When's the last quarterback that has been called for pass interference?
That's a good one.
But you got to understand now, RG3 with all the hype, everything he gets, don't put him in that situation. Don't even run that.
Redskins forced a punt. 40 seconds left in the half.
Using your head.
Watch how he played this thing off, though, like it didn't hurt. Now watch he play this thing off.
You got to act cool.
That ain't hurt.
You got to act cool.
You don't know where he is.
Hurt me.
Steelers lead 26 at the half. 3rd quarter now. Chris Rainey takes the direct snap.
I like Rainey. You know, most really fast guys are really scary. And I like this guy. He can run between the tackles, and he puts his head in there.
You like that play, Coach?
I like that play. It's a good little fake, and here we go around the end. Follow your blockers, Rainey.
Redskins punting from their own 32. Antonio Brown
I love this kid.
returns it.
Good kid, he is, Tom.
Now, what would I do in this situation?
You'd hold it up.
You would do that.
But he didn't hold it up, but he backpedaled. It's a penalty.
That's a
ref would give
penalty,
him a
backing that
penalty.
thing up like that?
How's that a penalty?
He came back
Penalize that
anyway.
man for backing that thing up.
It's showboating or
Ain't
something.
nothing wrong with that, backing that thing up like that.
He came back anyway. There was an illegal block in the back anyway. Fourth quarter now. RG3 to Santana Moss. She drops it.
Hit.
That brings us up to fourth down.
They play
Next
better
play.
defense in those uniforms.
Going for it on 4th and 4. Griffin.
Same play, get it in there and stick it in
Santana
there. Move the
Moss.
sticks.
Covering that ball. Remember, he fumbled that same play last week, but he's holding on this week. Great job.
Well, here's another fourth down for you.
That's right. 7 plays later, another fourth down. RG3 buys time. Looking for Santana Moss. Incomplete. Redskins turn it over on downs. RG3 finished with 177 yards and a touchdown. D'Angelo Hall starts to get frustrated.
Hide your children.
See, that's where to go at it. Now, this is a hold-on player right here. Okay, now it's over. Let it go. Let it go. And you
keep your helmet on. Keep it on.
See, man, I told you that he was doing that, but you ain't gonna call nothing. So you gonna let this man slam me? I'm paraphrasing. Now I cuss you out. Now I'm gonna cuss you out again.
Oh, geez,
because I don't care about all this money.
And he got ejected for unsportsmanlike conduct. The Steelers win 27-12.
The Steelers actually flew the day of the game, something that James Harrison said he hasn't done since high school. But that's nothing compared to the hardship.
What kind of high school he went to?
Well, traveling, you know what I'm talking about.
He was on buses.
Hey, listen.
Nobody flying nowhere in high school.
The commissioner shaking hands with many of the first responders, and really a touching moment here as all the players saluted America with the huge American flag out there. And once the game got going, we wondered how this week would affect the Giants. Well, they looked a little sluggish early. Eli picked off there by Ike Taylor.
Watch, I'm telling you, a lot of teams are running just what the Cowboys ran last week, and that's that two-man coverage and making it very difficult for Eli.
2nd and goal for the Steelers. Big Ben looking in the back of the end zone for Emmanuel Sanders.
Them some nice feet right there. He drug his feet, got to the back.
SMU.
South side,
Big Ben threw for 216 and 2 scores. Giants driving now. 3rd and goal. Manning looking for Victor Cruz. Can't get it to him, and then he gets lit up by Ryan Clark.
That's a horrific call right there.
It's called a blow to the head. I'm no anatomy major here, guys, but this looks like a shoulder on a shoulder.
I think it came a little late. That's why. See why? I think that's what they really called.
It was just flat out horrific. But you can see that two coverage where they had man on Cruz.
Led to an Andre Brown touchdown run. Next Steelers possession. We got an issue here. Roethlisberger thinks this is just an incomplete pass. Michael Boley picks it up and runs it in. 2nd straight week for a defensive touchdown for the Giants.
Oh, that wasn't a clip, Willie. That guy was cheating.
Now remember, all turnovers are reviewed. Is that empty hand? Is that an incomplete pass?
Hold on to that ball, guys. Come on now.
Yeah, he shook the ball loose before. That's a good call.
We can't complain. These are the official refs. They took that up to the booth.
Y'all ain't satisfied with nobody.
4th quarter, Steelers down 10. Roethlisberger to Mike Wallace.
And we talked about this dink and dunk offense. The guy said they didn't like it, but this is why Todd Haley likes it. He dinked the ball off, and Mike Wallace dunked the defense.
9th career touchdown over 50 yards. Steelers down just 3. Next Giant possession, Eli. Under pressure, Lawrence Timmons gets him. He threw for only $125, fewest for him in nearly 4 years. So now you got to punt it. Antonio Brown out injured, so Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, you know when he has a last name like Sanders, he has to have game. SMU. June Jones, J. Phil, love you, baby. This guy is a playmaker. I think arguably they may have the best receiving core in the game.
Yeah, we got to talk to that too. I had a discussion with them, man. I'm telling you, I may have to reiterate that.
All right, so now Isaac Redman, look at the tackle there by Antrell Roll. Short of the first down, so now you got to kick the field goal. Get the tie. Hope your defense stops him. No, we're running a fake to Sean Sweezer. Michael Kogo with a tackle. Mike Tomlin, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised with that. It's such a physical offense. It's been running so well, Willie. Why would you go that route?
Because the defense ain't giving up nothing. That's why you do that.
Well, they didn't. They went 3 and out. They punted. Steelers get the ball back. Then Roethlisberger to Jericho Cotchery for 12 yards. Eli needs a comb and a defensive stop. 3 plays later, it's Isaac Redman. Remember, no Mendenhall, no Dwyer. He gets the first down. No problem. Good point, Willie.
Whoever you put it in, that's what I was talking about. Why not just do that before?
Now it's Redman again. 26 carries, a career high, $147 of that score, and the Steelers are up by 4. So Eli Manning, most comebacks since the start of last year. On 3rd and 10, though, stripped, and the Giants fall on it.
I'm telling you, they did a beautiful job of making Eli hold the ball with their 2 deep man under coverage.
So now the Giants need to stop on 3rd and 9. Roethlisberger, though, gets 16 to Sanders. So the Giants have to burn their final timeout. Okay, now you really need to stop, G-Man. But Redmond, no stopping him.
Yeah, this is exactly what we were just talking about with the Cowboys. You need that stop right there and then come through and then make a play. But Pittsburgh,
give Pittsburgh some credit.
It's physical.
So the guys that combined to win 4 of the last 7 Super Bowls shake each other's hands. That was an outstanding game.
That's what you're looking at.
Yeah. And playing well.
That's what you're looking at.
Him
if it's Byron Leftwich. This game started with a couple of good storylines. Number one, you have Todd Haley against his former teammate Jake Glazer. Reports that team doesn't want to pay him some money that they owe him. So Todd Haley comes to town, and his team plays, or his old team, played well early. Jamal Charles, a 12-yard touchdown, 7-0 early. It's the first time the Chiefs have led all year.
Well, and Jamal Charles had some good runs tonight, too, which is kind of surprising. You think about Pittsburgh, we've been talking about the defense. Jamal Charles ran the ball extremely well tonight.
And that defense was opportunistic. Isaac Redmond stripped by Derek Johnson. Allen Bailey recovers for the Chiefs, so you get a short field here again.
Something that's been kind of the downfall of the Chiefs turning the ball over. We see the Pittsburgh Steelers do that to help the Chiefs out.
Leads to a Ryan Suckup field goal. That made it 10-0. Second quarter, Mike Wallace has had his issues with dropping the football. That's one of them, although that ball was tough. Here's Roethlisberger, though, 5 plays later. That one is just amazing.
That might be one of the most impressive catches for the year.
I think it's the best one I've seen this year, Darren.
Exactly. When you account for the weather conditions, the fact that it was one hand, the fact that he really didn't have it, and it went between his legs, and he still was able to control the football. I mean, that's
He's been doing his adductor work in the weight room.
That's a nice hat, too, there for Mike Wallace. Yeah, now, this becomes the story in the third quarter. Opening minute of the third quarter. You got Justin Houston and Tamba Hali bringing down Ben Roethlisberger. And again, look at the right shoulder.
See how his shoulder kind of is extended?
Good view, Darren.
Yeah.
When it gets jammed back up in that socket, you know what? A lot of times that's bad business.
Ben Roethlisberger done for the night, heading to the hospital, getting an MRI. Ben done. Byron Leftwich in. Chiefs next possession. Matt Castle is going to scramble to midfield. Get a first out of it. He would talk a bit.
Got a little hype. You know how we like it there. And then Larry Foote's going to come over in typical Steeler fashion, jaw a little bit.
Typical Steeler fashion. Yeah. Matt Castle looks like he gets his team into the end zone. Dwayne Bowe with a 22-yard touchdown. Now, we saw the flag up, but we thought it was for taunting.
Yeah, it wasn't for taunting. It was for a horrible, and I mean a horrible holding call.
I don't know. Once your arms are extended and his hands are on the back of his jersey, so that can be considered a hold.
Brandon Albert.
Coming from the DB. Exactly. Brandon Albert, I got your back, buddy. Good block.
All right, well, you didn't get points there because Ryan Suckup missed a 33-yard field goal. This could have been a turnover. It was called one on the field. Ball comes out of Byron Leftwich's hand. Justin Houston goes 21 yards for a touchdown. But look at it again. We saw it immediately. This is not a fumble. Although it is a nice dance. They were flagged for that. What do you think?
They got flagged for a dance on something that didn't count. That's
the
bad
old
football.
tuck. Is that the old tuck rule?
Yes, sir.
The old tuck gets you
that
every time.
That is an incomplete
Gets you every time.
Steelers eventually turn the ball over on downs. They would get it back.
Now, this was a bad call on Gilbert Arenas.
Javier Arenas.
Javier, excuse me.
Heard it both ways.
Yeah, both ways. You know, Javier, my bad, buddy. Alabama guy. I can't give him too much credit. But ultimately, bad call.
You get PI there, 22-yard penalty, moves it down to the 25 in the fourth quarter now. Leftwich out of the end zone, but now there are 2 penalties on the Chiefs. You get Tamba Hali for roughing the passer, leads to the go-ahead field goal. Sean Swisham, 31-yarder, makes it 13-10. The Steelers, though, had trouble. They couldn't get anything going. Jonathan Dwyer there stopped short, so they have to punt. What do the Chiefs do when they get it back? 1:02 left.
Well,
Dwayne
Ryan
Bowe can't
Clark
hold
knocked
on.
himself out trying to hit Dwayne Bowe. But listen, you know what? There was a lot of opportunities tonight for this Kansas City Chiefs team. A lot of drops. Matt Castle puts that one where it needs to be. Dwayne Bowe comes up short. We saw it.
Very sloppy game on both sides.
Absolutely.
For both teams.
Clark and Dwayne Bowe both had to leave. Now about 30 seconds remaining. 2 plays later on a third down. Castle to Tony Moeaki is tight end. But Moeaki is going to get called for offensive interference.
Yeah, a little push off.
Whenever you extend that arm.
They see that arm come out. You can get away with a little elbow push, but when you push that arm all the way out, you will see that little yellow flag follow every time.
Well, now it's 4th and 15, backed up to his own 45. They get Dwayne Bowe for 28, so this thing is still alive. But look at the clock. It's ticking. Again, they are out of timeouts. Castle's going to run up there to kill the clock, and now you get 2 seconds left, and you get Ryan Suckup, and it's never easy at Heinz Field. Open end or close end. That's a good kick.
Well, even that grass, we talk about into the field, but it's more that grass. It's thick, it's moggy, it's bogged down. Good kick.
Well, they go to overtime, and the overtime did not last long. There would be no tie. Lawrence Timmons with the pick, and he's going to bring it back all the way to the 5.
You know what's funny? How what you do all year kind of creeps this ugly head and rears this ugly head at the most inopportune times. And the Chiefs had turned the ball over throughout the season. And now when they needed to not turn the ball over, they do in a crucial situation.
Mike Tomlin doesn't waste any time. He brings out Sean Swisham immediately. No need to run a play.
He will walk up out there, run out of there with that victory. Boy.
They all count. They all count.
16-13. This one counts as well, as the Steelers go to 6-4. They survive. Really no other way to describe this one. They survive over the Chiefs. Survive in advance, as they say. But they survive and move on now with questions about their quarterback. Do they have to go to Byron Leftwich for any length of time? Do they have to go to Charlie Batch, perhaps, who is inactive?
Highlights. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Once again, no Roethlisberger, no Ray Lewis. That means plenty of Byron Leftwich.
Two legends right there.
Can we get those jerseys back to the Allegheny County Prison, by the way?
I like those jerseys.
Come on, man. Those are bad.
I do, man.
Leftwich. Hey, how about that arm? I don't care about the windup. Throwing to Mike Wallace. However, Kerry Williams called for a little PI. So now the Steelers' drive continues. Remember earlier this week what Byron Leftwich said about his lack of mobility? Anybody?
I mean, let's just be honest. I'm not going to run around, make 2-3 guys miss, roll all the way to the left. I can't physically capable. I'm not capable of doing that.
The okey-doke does. He said he can't roll to his left, but he didn't tell us about the right.
Let me tell you, this run right here,
a great run.
He said he's not physically, but he ran so fast. Usually you pull a hamstring. I think he pulled a shoulder or a rib.
Yeah, failed. He tripped himself.
His legs weren't used to that.
He ended up pulling a rib.
He fell in the end zone in one tackle in one
And it bothered him the rest of the night. Whatever he did, shoulder, rib.
He ran so fast, he pulled a rib.
Looks like somebody trying to walk home from the frat party and just rolling and falling all over the place. It was bad. By the way, that's the longest Steelers run in over 2 years by anybody. How about, speaking of runs, Jacoby Jones.
You know why that's in the highlight.
You know, his mama's usually in the end zone, and she said, Jacoby, come home. Listen, and that's what he's doing. He's bringing it right to the house.
If we cut the dance in there, somebody we got to talk.
Hold on.
Come on, give it to me.
Flip it. Now lock it. Watch it. Now lock it.
Ow!
Boy, you see what you want.
2 kickoff returns this year, now a punt return for a score, and it's 10-7. Third quarter, same score, Leftwich looking downfield. But how about Corey Graham?
That's a great play.
Injury-depleted secondary. Remember, no Jimmy Smith, no Ladarius Webb.
Not often can you see corners that can locate the ball, track it with their eyes, and catch it with their hands like that.
Led to a Tucker field goal and a 13-7 lead. Next Steelers drive, Leftwich to Emmanuel Sanders, gets lit up by Ed Reed.
Big man wearing 88. Big man wearing 88. Big man wears 88. Get up!
You know, that was helping the helmet, but where else you going to hit him? You going to hit him low?
Now on 3rd and 2, Mike Wallace. We saw the great catch Monday night against Kansas City, but here Michael Irvin can't get those feet down.
Look at that. Yeah. Now see, this and we just watched Demaryius when I'm talking about that toe tap. Yeah, that's right. You got to make that other leg tap on the play side, on the inside of that outside
Had to
leg.
settle for a field goal, down 3. Now they're pressuring. Here comes the defense, all up in Joe Flacco. Lamar Woodley gets the sack there. Ravens would have to punt. 2 Steelers drives later. Leftwich looking for Jericho Cottree. But watch Leftwich. As we said, bothered by whatever.
He pulled something.
He pulled a rib when he
pulled
was
something.
Yeah, but he can't say anything because that's all on you.
7 plays later.
He's got to fight that one.
Looking for Mike Wallace and incomplete on that.
A little more effort from Mike Wallace on that play.
You can't go to.
Next play, Leftwich drop.
That hurt. From the line on that one. Somebody.
And a 7-yard loss, sacked by James.
Somebody call the police.
Who?
Yeah, I'm going to work on that.
That
for the
hurt.
real show. And then a little sidestep by Ray Rice. But you know what? Larry Foote is called for
Tripping.
Tripping. Yeah, we got a problem there.
Kansas City got called for tripping.
Wow, that's close. Okay, so it's a 10-yard penalty.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
3rd and 7, Flacco dropped by James Harrison. However, this is critical because the Steelers are called for offsides.
Nah, no, we got to bring this one back. No sad.
Yeah, so now it's 3rd and 2.
Took him down to 2-minute warning there, though.
Had to get rid of it, Flacco.
No. You want to keep the clock moving. That's why he didn't throw the incompletion.
Yeah, but he won a first down.
Well,
yeah, you do, but instead of throwing the incompletion, you want to keep the clock moving.
Sacked by James Harrison there. So the Steelers, no timeouts left here, okay? They burned a couple late in the 3rd quarter, cost them dearly. Here. Cotchery gets lit up by Bernard Pollard.
This may be the best safety tandem in the NFL. Pollard and, of course, Ed Reed. 20 Irv.
And you saw the reactions on the opposite sidelines there. 2 plays later, 4th and 10, Leftwich to Wallace. And here we go, the lateral go starts.
Yeah, somebody gonna get
That's always fun.
Big man with ball.
That's it right there.
That is always fun.
That's it right there.
And that is it. Baltimore
had a few opportunities.
A huge win on the road. Big Ben, no Big Ben, no Ray. It doesn't matter. They're smiling in Baltimore because they have a 3-point win and now a 2-game lead in the AFC North.
AFC North in Cleveland. The Steelers and the Browns. Charlie Batch, 5-2 all-time as a Steelers starter. Plexico Burress, first game this season. Lance played for the Steelers from 2000 to 2004. This ball is picked off by Lawrence Timmons, not just picked. That's a pick 6.
Not a good start for Mr. Reed. But this is what the Steelers are going to need until Ben comes back. They're going to need some help from that defense that's been very good this year, some help from their running game. Don't put the ball on the ground. I believe every Pittsburgh Steeler running back that had an opportunity to carry it today, put it on the ground.
We have a stat that coaches give us that tells you that if you have a defensive score in a football game, your chances of winning go to like 60%. You know what negates that, Paul? If you turn the ball over 6 times yourself,
yes. How about
your chances are slim.
8 fumbles today by the Steelers. They lost 5 of them. 8 fumbles, they lost 5.
Isaac Redmond lost that one to Jaquay Parker, and Brandon Whedon to Jordan Cameron. Browns on top by 3.
How about that? 4 different running backs for the Steelers had carries today, all 4 fumbled.
And I'm sorry to say this, but me and Tom predicted this victory.
We did.
We did. I just saw it coming.
Another one.
I just saw it coming.
Jonathan Dwyer knocked out by T.J. Ward. DeQuell Jackson recovers.
Hasn't been a ton of great things.
Every one of those guys fumbled.
Coming from the Browns this year. They're a very young team, especially at the important positions, but they came to play today.
Charlie Batch to Plexico Burress. You see the flag down. It's on Sheldon Brown. Pass interference. Steelers get the ball on the 1.
Plex with 0 catches today, but certainly a factor on that play.
Yeah. See if Chris Rainey can hang on to the ball long enough to score a touchdown.
Whoa! Keep moving.
Bounce it outside. It's an interesting 1-yard score. Impressive.
Yeah, and it's got some momentum for the Pittsburgh Steelers going into halftime, getting the score, but they were just not able to sustain it. Due, in fact, to them not taking care of the football.
Bring him to the ground, too. If you're a Cleveland Brown defender, get him on the ground.
Pat Shurmur think he was stopped?
I think he thought his forward progress had been stopped.
Touchdown. Steelers lead 14-13. 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 6. Charlie Batch looking for his newest receiver, Plexico Burress. Easy pick by Sheldon Brown.
See, if I was Charlie, you have to know who you're throwing to. Plex is not in his mid-season form being out. You pretty much can assume that he was not going to have any space on that route to be open.
Trent Richardson, 15-yard Cleveland score, and the Browns leading 20-14.
How about that? That's what turnovers will do.
4th quarter, 3rd down and 4. The 5th play of this drive, Brandon Whedon looking for fellow rookie Josh Gordon. Not only is it incomplete, Brandon Whedon's slow to get up. Take another look, hits his head as he's falling down on Joe Thomas's thigh. Pat Shurmur would say he's being treated for a concussion.
There are so many head injuries that occur not with helmet-to-helmet contact, but when a helmet hits a knee or a helmet hits the ground.
It's tough to prevent.
Crazy number of head injuries this year.
Charlie Batch dumps it off to Chris Rainey. He fumbles.
Oh, boy.
Philip Taylor recovers the ball. Now all 4 running backs have fumbled.
How about 8 turnovers in total today?
That's unbelievable. But you have to tip your hat to this Cleveland Brown defense. They went after the football. Yep. You know, a lot of times turnovers are going to happen. Guys will lose the ball, but that is created by guys on defense attacking the football.
Trent Richardson thrown for a 1-yard loss. Looks like Larry Foote recovered a fumble.
You know, the Pittsburgh Steelers had opportunities in this game. They just could not get anything going with that offense.
Show me a replay, Paul.
Well, we just did, and the play was ruled dead.
Show me another one.
Steelers out of timeouts. Browns keep the ball.
There wasn't a whole lot of offense in this game. The Steelers, 242 yards, 1 of 9 on third downs. The Browns had 238 yards and were 3 of 16 on third downs.
How about the Pittsburgh
That one was tough
Steelers?
to watch.
How about the Pittsburgh Steelers rushing for only 49 yards?
And the most important statistic of all, they turned it over 8 times.
That continuing a big one between the Steelers and the Ravens. Ravens win, and they're into the postseason. Once again, no Big Ben for the 3rd straight game with those shoulder and rib issues. But hey, Troy Polamalu back for the first time since week 5 of that bum calf. Second quarter, defensive struggle. Ravens up by a field goal. Joe Flacco does a little spin dance. Okay, that's good. Keeping it alive. That, however,
He'd like to have this one back. Just throw the ball away, Joe, and live for another play.
Yeah, Ryan Clark with the INT. Ensuing Steelers possession. Oh, no. Antonio Brown. Don't throw it. Don't.
Yeah. Well, you got receivers and running backs making decisions if my guy's open or not, and there's a good chance it's going to make a mistake.
That tells you a lot when the Steelers just you go to trying to trick somebody to win a football game.
Well, here the Ravens let their quarterback throw it, and it's Anquan Bolden who catches it, 28 yards for the touch, and the Ravens are up 10, which against the Steelers these days is like 100. But Batch, he's got a wide open Mike Wall.
All right. All right. Shake it off. Well, that's wide open. That's a busted coverage.
He know Ed Reed is back there lurking somewhere.
Settle for a squeeze of a 41-yard field goal. Steelers down 7 at the break. Third quarter. You know what? Get back to the run game. Jonathan Dwyer, it's no longer Richard Mendenhall, who wasn't even dressed.
Charlie Batch blocked down the field. Escorted him into the end zone.
That was the key block that got him in.
We are tied at 13. Next Steelers possession, 3rd and 11. Batch for Emmanuel Sanders, however.
Hey. That's like a punt.
It's like a punt. Like a punt, not when you're running to the other team's 30.
That slipped out of my hand, Coach.
You scared him. He was so...
Turnovers have plagued the Steelers in their last 2 games. Remember, they had 8 last week in that loss in Cleveland. Well, Ray Rice. Yeah, sometimes a forgotten man in Baltimore.
Rutgers, look at him go.
34 yards for that touch, and Baltimore with a 7-point lead. On to the 4th, same score. Yeah, Emmanuel Sanders. Yeah, that was my fault. That's okay. Charlie Batch looking for Big Ben's favorite target, Heath Miller, but it's...
You know what he's going to do. You know what he's going to do. That's what we teach.
Here we go. Bring a tackle.
Bring it out, baby. There you go. Bring it out.
Jonathan Dwyer trying to tackle the football.
Put that thing away. Hold it. Hold it like it's a popsicle.
Next Ravens possession, 3rd and 5. Flacco. The Steelers defense came up big at times. The strip by James Harrison. Ziggy Hood
on the ground.
Has to get rid of that.
That's the #1 defense in the league.
So now Batch looking for Miller, but Ed Reed's nowhere to be found. This time Miller hits the pylon. It's ruled a touchdown. Remember, every score is reviewed. Take another look.
Wow.
That is indeed a touchdown.
Well done.
You can see that he's not out of bounds. Big Ben's loving this one. We're tied at 20. Just under 5 to go. Batch looking for Mike Wallace. That one, he gets to him. A little wobbly, but it got there. 15 yards in the first down. But look at this. Batch gets nailed by Haloti Ngata.
He didn't hit you in the head. He hit you in the chest.
Remember, he's the oldest non-kicker in the league at 37.
From Eastern Michigan.
Batch to Wallace. You know, Batch was the 3rd quarterback taken in that 98 draft behind Manning and Leaf. And here he gets clocked by Paul Kruger, so he takes one for the team. Tack on another 15. So the Ravens are burning timeouts. Sharks squeeze him now to win it. Got it. Nice. From 42 yards out the win. Wow. The Steelers.
San Diego, Pittsburgh, the Chargers 0-14 in the regular season in Pittsburgh. But remember that Al Papunu touchdown in the AFC title game?
Ben Roethlisberger back in action for the Steelers after missing 3 weeks. Second quarter, Chargers ball up 3-zip, 3rd and 2, their own 49. Jackie Battle up the middle. Yep, not Ryan Matthews. And he loses a yard. Chargers would be forced to punt. Phillip Rivers, he's just a tad upset at not getting the first down. Later in the second, Steelers ball, same score, 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger escapes pressure. This is what he does better than just about anybody. But his pass to Antonio Brown is incomplete. Take another look. Willie Colon twists his leg on the play. Doug Legursky comes in, the Steelers center. Maurkice Pouncey switches to left guard, so now suddenly things are a little bit different for the Steelers than they anticipated the rest of the game. Next play, 3rd and 8. Ben Roethlisberger looking for a first down. Instead, he's sacked by Marcus Gilchrist, who comes off the edge. Steelers would be forced to punt. Chargers ball now still up 3-zip, 3rd and 1 on the Steelers 39. Phillip Rivers, Denario Alexander, 39-yard touchdown, and he's going in for the dunk. Let's see the dunk. Here he goes, and I'll give that a 9. I'll give that a 9. That's a new thing now. Guys have just scored touchdowns. They score, and then they dunk it. Take another look. The double move beats Curtis Brown, and then shades of Kenny Skywalker in the slam dunk contest. Ensuing Steelers possession, 4th and inches. Mike Tomlin says, let's go for it. Isaac Redmond up the middle, and he is stuffed for no gain. Chargers ball the Steelers' 47-yard line. That would lead to a 39-yard Nick Novak field goal. Chargers up 13-zip at the half. John Pagano just a tad excited. Third quarter, Chargers ball now still 13-3. Ronnie Brown takes it on a draw play for 17 yards and a first down. Chargers have the ball on the Steelers' 12. 3 plays later, 3rd and 1, Phillip Rivers. Malcolm Floyd scores the touchdown. It is 20-3. Phillip Rivers a little bit happier than he was earlier in the game. See what a difference like an hour and a half makes? Steelers get the ball back, 1st and 10, their own 8. Roethlisberger pass hits David Paulson in the back. It's a backward pass. Antonio Brown decides to kind of alligator arm and go after it. Because he doesn't do it, Quentin Jammer recovers for a touchdown. Chargers up 27-3. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger, 2nd and 1. Going deep for Mike Wallace. This is what's been missing from the Steelers offense. 49-yard touchdown. Pittsburgh down 27-10. Chargers get the ball back, 4th and 3. Except they pull off the fake punt. Look at Eric Weddle, who runs for the first down. They would eventually punt, though they did take more time off the clock. Fourth quarter, Steelers ball, same score. Roethlisberger looking for Emmanuel Sanders. Instead, it gets picked off by the Chargers. They get the ball on the Steelers' 17-yard line. Bront Bird comes away with it on that. So now the Chargers really trying to put it away. Phillip Rivers for Denario Alexander. The touchdown, he has been phenomenal the last 6 weeks. Watch it again. The leaping catch. All this guy's got to do is stay healthy. Chargers lead 34-10. They go on to win it. 34-24. Roethlisberger throws for 3 touchdowns in the loss.
Like in Arlington, Texas, a matchup of 7 and 6 teams between the Steelers and the Cowboys. Des Bryant did play despite that broken digit on his hand, and he played fairly well. First quarter of a 3-0 game, DeMarco Murray looking for more. The second effort, and he should have stopped at the first. Fumbles it, and Brett Kiesel recovers. Huge play there for the Steelers.
Yeah, that's a great play by your boy Harris coming around.
Usually takes care of the football.
Really does.
Second quarter, next Cowboys possession, Tony Romo hitting his BFF, Jason Witten.
That's a great play down the seam.
Mike Tony has been on fire.
He has been on fire, Marshall. That was a great play up the seam.
Threw for 341 on Sunday. Under a minute to go in the first half. Look at this play by Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, here we go.
It was off the chain.
The thing about Ben, he rarely throws the ball on time, but it affords him the opportunity to make plays like that.
Not throw the ball on time.
He never throws the ball on time.
8 touchdowns.
Great point. This one to Heath Miller. And look at this. Whirling Dervish. I'll go. What? Yeah, just, okay, good enough.
You can't cover nobody that long.
It's almost as if Tony Romo and Ben Roethlisberger plays their best ball when they're playing that crazy ball.
All right, tied at 10 at the break. Third quarter, same score. Romo to Dwayne Harris, becoming a viable threat on this team for 18 yards. This was on 2nd and 23, so now a much more manageable 3rd and 5. And now Romo's going to find Cole Beasley.
I love that the Cowboys have those two guys that have real good, quick guys in short spaces, kind of the Darren Sproles type.
And they're going to them on need to have downs.
But here's your moneymaker, Dez Bryant. 6th straight game with a TD.
Yeah, that's incredible the way he's playing right now. You know, all of these 88s are decided the NFC East. There's an 88 on each team, and they are bad.
He won a lot of hearts in the locker room just playing with that injury, like Jason Witten did in week 1 of the season.
Ensuing Pittsburgh possession, Ben Roethlisberger. Hey, Mike Wallace, you think 60 minutes? How about 60 yards is in the gain on that play? Led to a Jonathan Dwyer 1-yard touchdown.
Worked your brain hard on that writing right there.
It just kind of popped in there. Not very creative. Other people used it. Here's Roethlisberger to Wallace again for 20 yards. No late hit on that, by the way.
You remember he wasn't in the starting lineup. Now they're featuring him.
Right.
4th quarter, same drive. We're changing ends. It's what we do in the NFL. Roethlisberger to Antonio Brown, who slips a tackle, and he's in. And the Steelers have their first lead of the day.
This kid is a beast.
He did a wonderful job of stacking those receivers right there time and making those cornerbacks play inside and out, and they couldn't cover.
Cowboys have to punt. Here comes Antonio Brown. He's got a seam. He's got everything except the football.
Church's money's on the floor.
Stripped by Victor Butler. John Phillips recovers.
That's basically the game right there, because you give that ball to Ben Roethlisberger, that game is over right there for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, and the boss is pumped up. Ensuing Cowboys possession. Romo to Dwayne Harris.
Jason Garrett get a lot of criticism. Give him credit for getting the ball in the hands of the playmaker in open space.
I want you time to take a real hard, long look at Palomalo, man.
Well, there's DeMarco Murray, 14 carries, 81 yards in that score. We're tied at 24, and Brown's like, that was my bad. Under 2 minutes to go. Will Big Ben lead the charge?
Don't do it, Ben. Don't do it.
He does to Brown for 11 yards, and there's a flag because DeMarcus Ware felt like punching Roethlisberger in the head.
He need to get some pressure on him. Good job.
No, he was trying to actually going for the swat. You can tell you.
His
he was going to hit the back of his arm.
Now Roethlisberger, 2nd and 18. Anthony Spencer wraps him up. He was sacked 4 times.
Right there for the Dallas Cowboys. Anthony Spencer, who's has the franchise tag on him, will get paid.
Under a minute to go. You're punting to Harris. He was bananas on this day. 39 yards on this punt return.
It's an incredible job by Harris in the way that he became so valuable to the Dallas Cowboys. Randall Cobb, a 4-down guy. This guy started to play like a 4-down guy.
Well, 3rd and 4 on this down, incomplete to Witten. So what do? You're facing 4th down, 32 seconds left. Do you kick it perhaps for the game winner from 62? But if you miss, you give it to the Steelers at midfield. So they send out Dan Bailey. Jason Garrett's like, wait a second, I got to call a timeout and think about this. I'm going to punch.
That was his
go to overtime.
That was a good timeout and a good call.
Steelers get the ball first.
A good reconsideration.
Roethlisberger picked by Brandon Carr, the free agent signing. That's the 2nd straight week with an INT. Does he get in to finish it off?
He should have.
He does not.
That was a great play,
Mike. You know the boss is sitting up there saying money well spent right now on a play like that. Man.
See, this ball was thrown behind him, and it was thrown late. You cannot, at this time of the game, you cannot make that throw. Carr has been balling.
So now Dan Bailey. Last week he won it in Cincinnati. His time expired. Here he finishes it in overtime. Jerry has reason to celebrate.
Bengals and Steelers. Franco Harris in the house for the 40th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. Andy Dalton, the Bengals, can clinch a playoff berth with a win. Ben Roethlisberger criticized the play calling last week. He wants more plays to Heath Miller. Let's see. Steelers ball, no score, 3rd and 4. Roethlisberger looking for Heath Miller, intercepted by Leon Hall. 17 yards into the end zone. Bengals lead 7-0. 2nd quarter, Steelers trail 10-7. No timeouts left. $1:18 to play. 1st and 10. Roethlisberger looking deep for Antonio Brown, who is well covered, but still somehow comes down with a circus catch. Okay, it's not going to get any easier than that. 60-yard touchdown. Steelers trail 10-7. Look at this. Adam Jones is frozen by Antonio Brown's move. Steelers down by 3 at the half. 3rd quarter, Bengals ball. Game is tied at 10. 2nd and 4 in their own 17. 2nd play of the drive, Andy Dalton back to pass, but Troy Polamalu, how many times have we seen him done that? Basically jump the snap, get into the backfield, and sack the quarterback. Dalton was sacked 6 times on the day. Look at this again. Just times his splits perfectly. That's why he's Troy Polamalu, and he is fired up, and you are not. Well, you're fired up if you're a Steelers fan, not if you're a Bengals fan. Fourth quarter, same drive, 3 plays later, 1st and 10 on the Steelers' 42. Dalton looking for A.J. Green, completes it for 12 yards, but he fumbles. Ryan Clark picks it up. It's A.J. Green's first lost fumble of his career. Watch it again. Cortez Allen knocks it loose. Steelers, though, would go 3 and out on the ensuing possession. A huge stand-up play by the Cincinnati Bengals. So the next Bengals possession. Dalton looking for Ryan Whalen. Batted by Josh Victorian, intercepted by Cortez Allen. He comes down with it. Watch it again. They're all still technically in bounds, even though they're up in the air. Allen makes the play. Keeps it in bounds somehow. Steelers, though, go 3 and out again. Next Bengals possession, 3rd and 11. Dalton deep for A.J. Green, but it is incomplete. 4th down upcoming. 4th and 11. Watch again. Pressure from Polamalu. Forces Dalton to throw the ball quicker than he wanted to. Next play, Josh Brown from 56 yards, and it's just not enough. Would have been the longest field goal in Heinz Field history. Next Steelers possession, same score, 2nd and 6. Rashard Mendenhall, who actually played okay, runs for a loss of 2, tackled by Chris Crocker. Injury on the play, it's Heath Miller. Watch it again. Miller's right knee takes that shot from Crocker. Miller had to be helped off the field. He would not return to the game for the Steelers. 2 plays later, it's 4th and 4, $1:51 to play. Sean Swisham from 53 yards. It's up, and it's just not good. Game is still tied at 10. Now after a Bengals 3 and out, Steelers ball. This could be Steelers magic. Roethlisberger looking for Mike Wallace instead. Overthrows him. Reggie Nelson picks it off. Returns at 10 yards to the Steelers' 46. They're across midfield with less than 15 seconds left to play. Dalton looking deep for A.J. Green. This is the Bengals sniffing a playoff spot. Gets 21 yards out of bounds. 10 for $116 for A.J. Green. Next play, 8 seconds left. Josh Brown from 43 yards away. This is going to send the Bengals to the playoffs if he makes it. Right down the middle. Andy Dalton, the Bengals headed to the postseason. The Steelers have been eliminated. 13-10 is your final. Browns and the Steelers. Pat Shurmur may not still be the head coach by the time you're watching this highlight. Meanwhile, Thaddeus Lewis starting for the Browns. Once again, they failed to go for a whole season with the same starting quarterback for the first time since they re-entered the league in 1999. First quarter, no score. Thaddeus Lewis picked off by Troy Polamalu. NFL's best defense right there, showing that an inexperienced quarterback is not going to have a big day. Second quarter, 53 seconds left in the half. Score tied at 3, 1st and goal. Ben Roethlisberger to Leonard Pope. The Pope is in the end zone for a touchdown. Steelers take a 10-3 lead at halftime. Third quarter, Browns trailing 10-3, 4th and 5 in their own 25-yard line. Browns are looking to punt. No, it's a fake. Ray Ventrone runs it up the middle for 35 yards. First down, Browns. Oh, the fake punt catches Pittsburgh entirely by surprise. 3 plays later, it's 2nd and goal on the Steelers' 7. Lewis looking for Greg Little. Scrambles out of the pocket, and it is a touchdown. First career TD pass for Lewis. Game is tied at 10 apiece. Greg Little dancing. Oh, hold on to the football, Greg. Oh, you already did. Okay. Ensuing Steelers drive, game still tied at 10, 3rd and goal, the Browns 9. Roethlisberger scrambles just before the line of scrimmage, hits Antonio Brown for the score. Steelers take a 17-10 lead. Remember, no Mike Wallace placed on IR before the game. Fourth quarter now, Browns trailing 17-10, 2nd and 10 on their 35-yard line. Thaddeus Lewis connects with Travis Benjamin. He's going to pick up 17 yards, but he fumbles. Cortez Allen strips it. Takes it 25 yards down to the Browns' 27-yard line. The Steelers take over. 6 plays later, 3rd and 10 on the Browns' 12. Roethlisberger, like it's 2004. Plaxico Burress with the touchdown. His first TD of the season. Steelers win it by the final score of 24-10, but let's take a look at the ensuing Browns possession. We show you this with $1:22 left on 4th and 9. Josh Johnson in at quarterback, sacked by Lawrence Timmons. Pat Shurmur livid at the play and what happened. Steelers win it by the score of 24-10.